Some conversations don't begin with a hello, they begin with a pause, a breath, and a feeling. We are not talking to people today, we are talking with time itself. स्वागत है आपका एक ऐसे शो में जहां समय की गति धीमी हो जाती है और इस खामोशी से कहानियां उभर कर आती हैं। यू आर लिसनिंग टू समय के साथ, अ पॉडकास्ट where we don't just talk about the past, we talk with it. What if we could know about the people who shaped our India? In this podcast, my guest is not a living person. It is time itself, Samay, a quiet witness to every moment. Through the series, with the help of Samay's voice, we will be revisiting the memories and the lives of many who have shaped our country. And let Samay take you where calendars cannot. Some people walk into the world with dreams in their pockets and leave behind legacies that shape generations. He's been called the missile man of India. To millions, he is the people's president. To students, a beloved teacher. To dreamers, a visionary. And to the world, a symbol of humility, simplicity, and brilliance. In this podcast, we're gonna know the journey of one such soul, a man whose journey has inspired generations, born in the quiet temple town of Rameshwaram. This episode is about the journey of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the man who taught us to dream with our eyes wide open. So we have Samay today, a witness of his life to show us that how to dream bigger and come out of the self-doubt or challenges if and whenever you face. So let's begin with this journey. Note, the insights are taken from his autobiographies, My Journey Transforming Dreams into Actions, and Wings of Fire. So, this conversation is authentic. So, welcome, Samir, and thank you so much for joining us again, pausing here and explaining the journey of a wise man who actually have shaped our India.
Most welcome, Pritha. That's my pleasure.
Cool. So, shall we begin?
Sure.
Alright. So, Samir, everyone remembers Kalam sir as a scientist, a president, and a dreamer. But I would like to ask, who was he when nobody knew him? What was his mindset? Can you take us there?
Definitely. See, since he was a kid, he always chose simplicity and focused on memories. He actually owned nothing in the worldly sense. No property, no family, not even a vehicle, but he was rich from his heart. And I'll tell you, that is one of the most important aspect every human and successful human being must have and has. So I'll tell you a story, Pratha, that there was 100-year-old Arjuna tree in his garden in Delhi that reminded him of his father. He would stand beneath it, lost in the thoughts, having silent conversations with his soul. So in short, he knew himself and he spent time to know himself more. Even after the presidency, he would say that life felt like a long train journey, and sometimes you just pause at a station, look back, and marvel at where you started. He actually searched for answers in Bhagavad Gita, Quran, and Bible, spiritual aspects, because he believed maximum answers to the problem are in spirituality. He saw himself as a well from which India's youth could draw courage, faith, and dreams. That was about him.
Okay, if we cut short it or summarize it, who was Kalam in his quiet moments? He was a man who had done a lot without expecting anything in return, a down to earth man.
Yeah,
With the insights and information that I've seen on various social media platforms about him, I've also observed this one thing that praising people was his key element from everything. The best part I find in him.
absolutely. You know, the art of praising people or appreciating them is one of the most fulfilling I've observed in people and in their journey, because through this they ultimately get blessings from others, and this blessing is really very important, which help you push ahead and move forward. So I would definitely love to highlight this point, Pratha.
Thank you. Moving on to the next question. From a humble newspaper boy in Rameshwaram to the President of India, was it a dream that he chased or his destiny?
um It was both. He chased his dreams with fire in his heart and science in his hands, like how rejections became redirection. He didn't resist the flow of life, he trusted it. And that's what made his journey extraordinary. Dreams gave him the wings, and destiny, it gave him the wind. And together, they took him to the sky.
Alright, so destiny was a factor, but dream was the rope that pulled him forward, or maybe the shoes that helped him keep walking, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's go to a little more flashback. If we recall from his sayings, he always used to say that dream is not what you see in sleep, it is the thing which doesn't let you sleep. It is the most common quotes and most widely heard today also in time. So, could you tell me that what was that one thing, that one motivation that kept him awake the most?
Correcting you, I would say it was not a motivation, it was a bigger vision. And vision not just for himself, but for the rising nation, for the rising India.
Hmm.
It wasn't the idea of success that thrilled him, it was the thought of a nation to a place to dream big and succeed more. He saw potential in every child's question. What kept him awake was the hope that one day India would not follow technology but lead it. And if I talk about the current status, with the emergence of AI, India or the entire world is not completely dependent on it and cannot be completely dependent on it. At the end, there will be humans, prompt engineers, or people who will be required for various work, for prompting them. If I compare his time to your time, I would say that there is a big difference, but one thing is constant: the search for humanity. And Insaniyat will always be evergreen in the entire life.
कंप्लीटली अग्रीड. ह्यूमैनिटी इंसानियत सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरी चीज़ है और कहीं भी पहुंचने के लिए आपके मन में एक दूसरे के लिए जब भावना होगी दैट मैटर्स द मोस्ट एंड द वे यू कनेक्टेड दैट टाइम टू दिस टाइम इज रियली वेल.
That's me, and that's my khasiyat.
Yeah, actually. All right. Coming down to the next question. See, every great person, no matter how insightful or how motivational, must have faced the moments of doubt. And So here the question is, did Dr. Kalam ever go through that phase? And if yes, how did he fight with this?
Hmm. See, self doubt is that thing which comes in every person's mind when they try to do something different from the world. But at this time, it is really important to have a positive mindset and solve the issues or the thoughts, the negative thoughts based on the specific situations. So basically, Kalam dealt with every situation differently. And there are many aspects to this. I would like to point out on a few. See, first, he believed that a divine power could gently lift him from stillness and failure, so he would pray when seeking help or in the face of failures. Next, he fought with his fear of shyness and came out of it. He believed in the power of belief. He also drew strength and support from his mentors, just like Dr. Braham Prakash, who helped him emotionally and encouraged him during the times of self doubt. Next, he also learned that true happiness and calm can come after intense pain when one has confronted their soul. And he also chose to accept situations he couldn't change. That was very empowering about him. And these things he kept in his mind, or we should understand from his journey that I have observed.
Hmm, insightful. So, to make it simpler for the audience to grasp it easily, I would like to cut short it or summarize it. So, there are majorly six major pointers or things to take out with this or to keep in mind is number one, that is divine power is really very important. Second, positivity. Third, fighting with the fears. Fourth, what you believe you become. Fifth, seeking mentorship. And sixth, sacrifices result into success. And at the end, acceptance is very important, right?
Yeah. Also, one thing I would like to add is he often drew insights from others, which I have seen making a great change in his life. And I thought this is another important aspect I forgot to add in previously.
Hmm. Inspiration. It is one of the greatest factors, and it's also important to select the right source of inspiration in this era. That is one of the most important aspect. I think this should also be a conversation for one day.
Yeah, yeah, noted.
Okay, so Samay, we are coming to the last question. I would like to ask that India 2020 was his vision, and today, if a young listener asked him, how do I start building that India, what would he tell to them?
Okay. So he would probably smile first and then say, start with yourself. Dr. Kalam always believed that real change begins at the individual level. He encouraged young people to dream big, but also to work hard, stay disciplined, and build strong values. He often said, students, the world around you is trying to make you like everybody else. But if you want to change, you must stand out. So if someone asked, where do I begin? I would say, begin with responsibility and believe that you, yes, you, can be the change.
Okay, so with time you have become a motivational speaker, huh?
Right? With time and myself time.
Uh, yeah. All right, Samay. So today we got to know a lot about his journey and especially how to dream big and just have a proper vision to reach somewhere. क्योंकि जब तक हमें दरवाजा नहीं मालूम होगा तब तक रास्ता कैसे पता चलेगा, राइट?
राइट एग्जैक्टली और अगर ज्यादा देर हो गई तो समय भी साथ छोड़ देगा
Yeah, right. Okay, so thank you, Samay. for coming here and giving your time, pausing here, reminding us with the journey, and explaining us a lot about the people's life. Thanks again. We will meet definitely in the next episode.
Absolutely.
And to you, dear listeners, thank you for walking this journey with your eyes, your heart, and your time. If this episode lit even a tiny spark in you, hold on to it. That's how visions begin. Until we meet again, stay curious.
And still learning.
Thank you.